welcome into episode 10 of the Tony's Talks podcast. I'm Jeremy, and as always, the center of our show, Uncle Tony. How are you doing today?
Hi, Tony.
Uncle, how have you been this last couple weeks since we have last recorded our episode?
I've been wonderful. If you believe that, I got a house in Russia.
Oh. Okay.
Pause.
Sorry.
We're joined as well by John.
Hi.
How have you been, John?
I'm doing all right.
Life's been good? Oh, today is John's birthday. Happy birthday to John.
Happy birthday, John.
Happy birthday!
John's
Hey.
18.
Thanks, everyone.
18 plus 7 minus...
Nothing. Actually, that was
Zero.
accurate. Good job, Uncle. And on the
Just
left,
happy to be here.
left far end of the couch from me is Jenna, who's going to take Uncle's mic and say hello to everyone.
Oh, are you sure you want me to
Yeah.
speak?
Yes, I do want you to speak. Yes.
Hi.
Hi. How have you? No. How have you been, Jenna, since we last recorded?
I've been great up until the last 10 minutes.
We just gave Jenna some new guidelines for talking during the show, and she doesn't like them, so she's a little pissed with me.
I'm not even going to respond. No comment, sir.
And in the back row, we have Darian and Peter. Whoever wants to go first, you'll know the difference.
Hello.
How are you, Darian? How have you been?
I'm great. I've been great.
It's been a minute since Darian and Peter were on the show.
Yeah.
How are you, Darian?
Oh,
How's life treated
thriving.
you since your last appearance on Tony's Talks?
You know, it's going. It's really going.
Darian just got off a hot brunch today with the ladies.
Oof. It was hot.
They were throwing back drinks, and they had a great time, I heard.
Oh,
so.
I threw back
What does
some
that mean,
bevs.
throw back? What does that mean?
That means I guzzled like 4 martinis.
Uncle Mike, I want that
in a
mic in your
2-hour
mouth.
The
2
apple
hour
doesn't
span.
fall far from the tree.
Oh, I know.
Your father used to do a lot of other things with alcohol, too.
What other things do you do with alcohol besides drink?
Pause.
Oh.
Okay.
Probably had those games.
I don't know if we need to go down this route.
Things, but
Probably had those games.
alas, all I had was
Ping
2
pong, what do
espresso
you call that?
martinis
Bang bong.
and 2 gin martinis.
we
So
That's 4 drinks right there.
We
4
have
drinks
Logan
it
over there,
was.
but Logan doesn't have a mic.
No, he doesn't have a mic.
And he's got a friend,
Uncle Tony,
Ashley.
put that mic
A
near
new
your mouth. I
fan.
swear. Uncle.
An old fan.
Put that in your...
We have an old fan, Ashley. He's here.
Yes, we're joined by our dearest
yeah, she's 80.
our dearest friend Ashley is
I mean,
here.
older. She's been with us from the beginning.
Circa.
She's
No.
making up part of our live audience today, which we greatly appreciate her
Uncle
coming.
forgot Ashley's name. Full disclosure.
Ashley and Logan are sitting here off to the side. Maybe we'll get a little chime in from them at some point. But Peter, how are you? You haven't said anything yet.
I'm doing great.
How have you been since your last appearance on Tony's Talks?
Vertical.
Vertical, okay.
Yeah.
I'll take that as a positive.
That's
Yeah.
too much information right now.
I don't know what that means. All right.
The
Well,
opposite of horizontal.
Exactly.
Pause.
He said vertical instead of horizontal.
well, you know what? I'm glad everyone's
Never
been,
mind. Look at Logan.
I'm glad everyone's been doing great since our last recording.
And how you doing, Jeremy, since last podcast?
I'm doing incredible, Uncle. Our
Yeah?
last podcast, we talked about our trip to Seattle, how our luggage was stolen, all the unfortunate circumstances that came with all of that. But otherwise, it's been really nice. We've gotten new skates since then. I don't know if we had when we last recorded.
Understandable of
of
my new guidelines. I understand my new guidelines.
One
but
of them
I would,
is to put the mic in front of your mouth when you say something.
But I would like to say that I'm going to put Delta on blast.
Why are we doing... Why?
I'm putting Delta on blast. They have been...
they haven't been helpful. So.
They called Jerry Perifo, which is not his name.
Well,
if
I
you
was a
would
Delta
look-
employee, but
Yeah,
yeah.
no, yeah, like that, and like a million typos in an email, like putting you on blast because like figure it the fuck out.
Yeah, they haven't been very helpful, and I think they intentionally make it hard to get
Yeah,
money
your
back for
father
these
said
things.
they blowing you off.
So, whatever, Delta, do better. And I'm sure you're not the only airline that does that, but you all should do better. So we're calling you out. Anyway, Uncle, have you any stories for us since you last recorded? Anything that's gone on in your life? Anything that you might want to
We
think?
did mention
Get off
some-
your chest,
We did mention some stuff over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, save it.
Well, okay.
Oh yeah,
so
I told you.
so
was
I have a note here. I have
I
a
was
note
on a
here that
talk
says,
show.
"Why does Uncle Tony's rental car smell like pickles?"
Yes.
Can you get into that for me?
Hear this.
Darian's father's assistant texted Sandra saying if Uncle Tony was eating a lot of pickles in the car because he can't get the smell out.
So what's
First
with
of all, I'm not allowed to eat in rental cars because I'm a slob. Like Sandra, my niece, says. She refuses to drive my car sometimes because it's disgusting. And the only thing that smells like pickles is a Portuguese seasoning called pita pita. That's kind of like a pickle type sauce that I think spilled in the car, but
You're talking about Petey Petey?
Petey Petey, yeah.
It's not like pickles at all.
But it smells in that kind of genre, like, like.
Pickle smell.
So you have no
Yeah,
you have no
vinegar
idea.
smell.
Balsamic
You have
So
no
it
idea why
wasn't
your car
pickles,
smells like
Anthony.
pickles.
Oh, so that's why you're inquiring about pickles.
Yeah.
So you didn't
To
hit
my
up
father.
You didn't hit up Five Guys or something right before you dropped the car off or anything.
No,
That would've been-
and I had the car for 3 weeks, Darren. Why would he call me 2 weeks after the fact about cleaning a car that smells like pickles? Maybe somebody else had the car for 2 weeks and he forgot.
I don't know. Proof's kind of in the pudding, if
Proof's
you
in the
will.
pickles.
First
Proof's
of all,
in the
I
pickle
heard
jar.
you can't smoke in a rental. I never heard you can't have pickles in a car.
I
Uncle
mean,
smoked out of a pickle. In the
out of a
rental
pickle
car.
jar.
Whatever. I think your father will forgive me.
I would
Uncle
hope
has
so.
a pickle jar bomb.
Now, what else were we talking about that you said save it for the...
I don't know. So we sit down at the
Like
dining room.
everything you say?
Yeah, we sit down at the dining room table for dinner. Uncle comes over frequently for dinner. We've talked about this before. He frequents our household, and
Too much, your
He
father
just
would
sits
say.
there and says things, and it's just like, why do you not talk about
You're
this
so
on the
wired,
podcast?
yeah.
He has these. First of all, he sits and eats like a bite, and then talks for 5 minutes, and then eats another bite, and then talks for 5 more minutes. And it's incredible that he gets that plate clean at all because it just feels like he's talking the whole time.
They prefer that because I live alone just to talk to myself and get it out of my chest instead of
We don't want you talking to
real
yourself, but
humans.
we have a podcast where if you have things that are ailing you, things that are stressing you out, you have a platform right here where you can just unleash them.
My
all on
coworkers
some
stress me
unsuspecting
out,
people.
but we're not allowed to mention where I work.
We don't have
Oh.
to talk about where you work. You can talk about what's happened with your coworkers. Is there
Spill
anything
the
that you can
dill.
think of right now, Uncle? Or no?
I had a
We can move on.
flashback to when I was in high school,
That was a good one.
getting
Why?
bullied because of the last lunch we'd had leftovers, and the kids would cut me in line and steal my food. So I had a flashback.
Just
Does
So-
that
the
happen
last
at
lunch?
work or something? What do you mean?
well, this kid tried to cut the line to punch out. So I kind of flipped back to high school in 79, 80,
Oh.
when the kids used to bully us and cut the line to steal the leftover cheese pizzas or
Oh.
what
Did
do
you
call
cuss them
that?
out?
American chop suey or whatever it was. Because second lunch was the last lunch, so they don't throw the food out. They'd give it to us for free. So the kids would just jump like savages and take the food from the innocent bystanders.
So you were upset that someone took the free food before you could take it.
Yeah, but that was 40 years ago. Now, circa 2022, this kid starts cutting the line.
What'd you
without asking
do?
us. I just said you have three choices. Go in the back of the
Oh.
line.
Uncle
Tell
gave
the
him
lady
choices.
in the front of the line to go in the back of the line, or you're gonna go to the office. So
Oh.
he went to the back of the line. I told the boss.
You sent him to the back of the line?
because
Yes.
that was very ignorant. He was just being a douche.
You tell him. You probably humbled him.
A
No,
douche.
I smiled a lot.
I smiled
you
like
gave
my
him that
therapist
My
says.
soft
therapist
Baddie
and my
smile.
medication works wonders.
What did he give him, Darian?
The soft Baddie smile.
Oh, okay. The soft
Soft
bad.
Soft baddie smile.
I was about to say, can you demonstrate?
I don't know what that means.
Get to the back of the line.
Well, that was fun.
Back of the line, son.
Uncle,
Said cute.
This
Jeremy
is in
has-
Hope High School
Years
circa
ago.
1970.
Jeremy has the floor.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Uncle, I have a question for you. Do you think there are more wheels or more doors in the world?
Oh my god.
I know the answer to that.
What do you mean you know the answer? What do you mean?
You just asked the question.
What's your answer?
There's more wheels.
I said, are there more wheels or more doors?
More
Wheelie?
wheels.
You think there are more wheels? Why?
Yes.
Why?
Wheels as in wheels in the car or...
Any wheel.
Of course.
Why do you say
The
of course?
cavemen had wheels and there was no cars or doors for houses. The houses
So
had
because the
doors.
cavemen had wheels and not doors.
I don't
Yeah.
know that the cavemen had wheels. to
Like,
be
how do you
honest.
think
Well,
they
what about
built
those-
the pyramids
what about the
in Egypt?
Flintstones? You tell me
They
that's
didn't have doors in the pyramids.
Are you telling me the Flintstones are a lie?
A lie? I was born in a house
John
that
was saying that
resembled
there
the
wasn't necessarily
Flintstones
wheels
house.
back then. All right, Jenna has something to add to this. Why don't we?
No, because you just watched this whole conspiracy about the Egyptian pyramids.
Yes.
And I think that we should comment on that.
Oh, so I brought up the Egyptians. I
No,
was
no, no.
correct
Here,
then.
give it.
Well, they had wheels, but
Uncle, take.
the way that they were built, it like didn't make sense. Like it was not like it was borderline like physically impossible for them to actually build the pyramids.
I don't mean for
That's
this.
what I've read that in the past.
Yeah.
In high school.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like it's
it's like a
Go ahead.
miracle.
go ahead.
have you seen those TikToks where it's kind of like a domino and all of the bricks fall in one direction, and then they all flatten in one direction. I was thinking that's how they got it done.
Darian, that is big brain of you.
I think that might have been your idea.
I think
but-
I tried to do the science back in 3rd grade myself
But-
by building a replica of the device that would have helped transport some of these rocks.
Yeah.
And I think I made it work. So
I'm pretty
I don't
sure
know why everyone's freaking out about
I'm
it.
pretty sure they used like cylindrical stones, and then
What
they
does
would
that
like
mean? I don't know what that
they
was.
would like roll something along the stones, and then they would take one out and then put it at the front, and they would keep
I
like
think-
rolling over the.
I think the biggest issue comes with the
Stones.
sheer weight of some of these stones that were put in the pyramids. 17 tons. Yeah, that feels like a lot. That's like 32,000 pounds, right?
That's a
'Cause it's like
ton.
2 pounds.
Yeah.
2,000.
But how many
Wait.
slaves died building these pyramids?
I'm sure a lot. Probably
Yeah.
a good amount. So, but yeah. Anyway, that's
Our
not why I
whitewashed
want.
history
I wasn't
books
trying
Wheels
to.
are
tell us
doors.
that, Uncle.
You're
I
not
was.
trying
Yeah,
to
I'm
confuse
trying to.
me. Okay.
Wait,
I'm
Uncle,
trying. What, John?
what weighs more, a ton of feathers or a ton of bricks?
This is a trick question. The obvious answer to me would be a ton of bricks, but I'm probably wrong.
They both weigh a ton.
Oh.
So
Thank you for
back to
humoring
the
me.
wheels or doors conversation.
Okay.
This didn't. I wasn't expecting to go towards the Egyptian pyramids. So if we think no, Jenna, thank you for the.
Thanks,
Oh
Jenna.
my God, I
You're
can't do
so
anything.
distracting.
So far in the doghouse, and I didn't even do anything.
Okay.
That's why you don't
You're
get to
gonna
hold
be
the mic
screwed
anymore.
tonight, dude.
Yeah. Someone tapping their mic or something right now? What am I hearing?
But
This?
this probably
Yeah,
has
don't do
nothing
that.
to do with the question you
Sorry.
were saying. But there's a movie out there during
Oh,
the Lenten
Pete's
season.
making sloppy joes back there.
no one is going to want to listen to this if we're all talking and
Just
making
came
stupid
back from
sounds
Key
at the
West.
same time.
They mix the mortar and the straw to make bricks
Okay.
in the time of.
In the time of
I'm
the
sorry.
Egyptians.
What does this still have to do with wheels and doors, or is this something else?
No, you were talking about pyramids.
Yes.
How the rocks.
Well, I was trying to get away from that, but
But we
yes.
used to make bricks too in those days.
Maybe they made the bricks in
centuries
place.
ago.
Wait, no, they mined the stone though for the pyramids.
Okay.
This is a conversation that's going to get off the rails
Okay,
real
now
fast.
what's the next
Is
topic?
Like a current era question in the world right now? Are there more doors or wheels?
Yes, right now, yes.
I think there's more wheels.
Yeah, wheels.
Why?
Obviously.
I mean, so there is,
Well, like cars, for instance, there's 4 wheels in a car
but
and 2
there's
doors.
often 4 doors in a car too.
I feel like cars cancel themselves out. You can't even bring
Yeah,
cars
cars
into
are
question
hard.
because they have 4 wheels, 4 doors
But
most of the
we're-
time.
Yeah.
What do you
Yeah,
mean?
but if anything,
Why? Give me
yes,
that.
yes, but if
But
anything,
if anything, more wheels because the trucks.
no, but if anything, yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, if anything, you would have, because every car virtually has at least 4 wheels,
Yeah.
but every
And
car
then-
doesn't necessarily
truck.
have 4 wheels.
When you think of the engine too, there's a bunch of pulleys and gears and
Bunch of pistons.
wheels per se. So
And
if
now
you
I'm,
have-
I'm a big wheel guy.
I agree because I feel like wheels are more engineering tools.
like you
than
need
doors.
wheels to drive a car, but
You
you
don't
don't
need
need doors.
to
Pete's like,
make
"My bike has
major
2 wheels and no doors."
engines function, but wheels.
I went to
however-
Garden City last week. The guy had wings on his Tesla
okay,
that fly out.
Wing doors.
Wing doors, yeah. But they're still called doors, but they're wings.
Yes, there's more wheels.
Well,
Wing doors.
So
Okay, I just wanted to
It's
get.
good to park a car that way. You're not gonna get scratched the other person's car.
Don't scratch my
Okay.
wing, bro.
Just we'll use this one. Just use
You want it?
I've chosen not to take a side on this just because I haven't bothered to think about it that much. But
right in
you-
there. Nice and close to the mic. You want to hear what it sounds like? Go ahead. Go now. Get nice close.
hello, testing.
hi.
Whoa.
oh,
Logan, do you have a point?
Yeah, sorry. So, yeah. So cars cancel each other out, but what about houses? There's a door right there. Every closet, every room in a house has its own door.
Oh, that's
So then
pretty smart.
Cabinets. So now what?
Thank God a bathroom has a door.
And how many wheels are in a house?
A lot.
Well,
But more wheels than doors in a house?
There's wheels on the sliders.
There's wheels in every drawer you pull out, too.
That's true.
I don't know.
Yeah. This is why I haven't
Sliding
chosen a side.
doors, all those wheels. Yes, every little device.
gone.
I'm sure there's a wheel in there
There's
somewhere.
wheels on your vacuum over there, Uncle.
Little DVD player. I'm
I
sure
used
there's
it
a
for
little
the
wheel
first time
coming
this
out.
year.
Uncle used his
cards.
vacuum for the first time this year.
I had to get the crumbs out of under Jenna's feet.
Yeah, Jenna's
I
kind
eat
of
here.
gross when she eats.
Oh no.
just wanted to tidy up
There were a lot of crumbs.
John, this is
We're all
not something I
attacking
recommend you
Janet
do.
today.
Housekeeping's
No, I'm
not
not.
my forte, Ashley.
Uncle's lived here for how long?
7.5 years.
Anyway,
And you only
Okay,
just
let's do-
used the vacuum this year?
Yeah, no, this is the first time this year.
so final
First
thoughts
time
while
this
we wrap
year.
this segment up.
Okay.
What are your final thoughts,
What
Uncle?
segment? I don't even know where we are.
I think I'm correct. Wheels have more
Okay,
wheels
Uncle's-
than doors.
Okay,
Wheels
Uncle's a
have
wheels
more
guy.
wheels.
Thank you.
Our wheels.
The world can
Is
not
water wet?
revolve without wheels, but it can revolve without doors.
What about a revolving
True.
door?
Like Fred Flintstone never had. Fred Flintstone didn't have doors in his. comic.
Wait, question: is a revolving door a door or a wheel?
Both.
Both.
It's probably got wheels on it.
It's got wheels to make a spin.
But the door in itself is a wheel because
Yeah.
it spins.
Yeah,
But revolving doors typically
So-
also have like 4 doors in one.
it does. It's like a.
But is that a door or is that just a barrier?
A wheel?
It's weird. I don't think you have a mic in front of you.
That's weird. I didn't think I was supposed to be speaking.
Yes,
Oh, you can speak as much as you want, sweetie pie.
Even though you make a lot
Tony's
of
talks
crumbs when you
only
snack,
works better
Jenna.
with women there.
What is it? Where is this coming from, John? What is this? Jenna makes so many crumbs.
Well, Uncle said he had to vacuum under your feet.
What? But that wasn't because of me.
Are you sure?
He lives here.
What if you were snacking last time you were
I
here?
was not snacking last
You
time.
sit in that same spot every time.
So you said, well, I
Oh,
don't know what to tell you.
Are we in a fight?
Are we?
No.
All right. Next segment.
Love.
There's
This is what makes a
Okay,
Subaru
what's
a
the next subject,
Subaru.
Jeremy?
there is this movement around the globe going to seize yachts connected to Russian oligarchs due to everything that's going on Ukraine, which we've talked about on a previous
Yes.
episode. They are literally trying to connect yachts that are in ports across the world, in the Caribbean, in France.
They're mega yachts. They're
Mega
not
yachts.
just
Yeah, like
They're
big boy yachts.
$600 million to $1 billion.
Correct. Sure. I don't know what the actual number is.
They would make good houses for the homeless.
Yeah, well, just throw all the homeless on a
Yes.
yacht.
That's how. I mean,
Well,
that's how
not-
we're gonna fix the
not
homeless
permanently,
crisis.
Just
Put all the homeless on
temporarily.
Put them on yachts.
I mean,
Put
that,
them on boats.
that probably wouldn't be a terrible.
Well, the poor Ukrainians have
Plan.
really not many places to be safe right now.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway.
Cruise ships. There's plenty of rooms.
So they're trying to. The basic point of this is that it's hard. Some of these Russian oligarchs, most of them, in fact, probably all of them, don't actually have the boats in their name. So connecting them through their shell companies or whatever to actual ownership of the boats is kind of difficult. But they have, I think, managed to do it in a few cases, and I'm all for this because it's like anyone that's creating this world problem right now should be penalized for it. So get their fancy
Get 'em
boats out of
out.
here.
Do like the Titanic. Sink them.
See, I don't think that's necessarily the
Sink
optimal
their
thing to do.
battleships.
Or sell them.
Sink them or sell them.
Sell them to Bill Gates,
Yeah.
Elon Musk, Bezos, Tony
Nah.
for free.
Which of these is not like the other?
Nope. Get them out of here. Let's ship them
Get
to
these
Ukraine and
goyles
put
outta
the
here.
refugees
So
on them
Too many goils in it.
and get them out of here.
So that I actually have this is gonna have you guys in a pretzel. I feel like I'm gonna ask this question. You can all respond to it. Maybe I get Uncle's response for us first. Are animal sounds pronounced the same way in different languages?
Animal sounds?
Yes.
Of course. Like a dog doesn't bark in a different way
about,
than
like-
in Russia or Portugal.
What about like chickens?
So here, Jenna has a thought on this.
No, it's not a thought. When I was teaching the little Cambodian kids English, their
Yes.
animal sounds were much different from what our animal sounds were.
damn.
And I don't
I wanted this to be real.
sorry, I can't like I don't remember how they did certain things, but I distinctly remember like their impressions of a dog were like completely different.
Really?
Yeah.
What was it? You don't remember what it was like?
I don't remember it, which sucks because but I just remember it being different. Like and it was bizarre because me and Michaela were like, what the hell? Like that's not what that's not what a dog sounds like, you know what I mean? So it was very interesting, but look, maybe it's, maybe I'm remembering it falsely, but I
No, that
am
does
pretty
make
sure
sense.
that they say something completely different.
Oh, I thought you said do they sound different like when
So-
they're born in a different country.
So
That's
I
what
love that's
Do
how your
the
brain.
animals
If you're born in
speak a
Russia, you
different
sound
language?
different than born in USA. Is that what you meant? That's what you
Birthing
meant.
bark in
calves in
Portuguese.
Cambodia
so
sound
uncle,
different.
uncle,
Yes.
uncle. So in the U.S., a dog barking would be like ruff, ruff.
Yeah.
But what about in Portugal? How would you say a dog, like, how would you...
No, I don't know.
I'm a
Bark, bark.
I haven't been to Portugal in
Or-
about 15 years.
Or just like anything, like a chicken.
So if a duck goes quack in the United States, does it go quack in China too? Like, how do they?
It says quackish.
That's something else, but
Quack is slang for underwears in
Yes.
the old country.
Quackish, quackish.
Quackish.
yeah.
But you also have to acknowledge that like in Cambodia, like there's no R's, and I don't remember there might not be other sounds that they make either. Like they might like there might not be like a woof like.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah, Portugal never had a Q, then they started getting a Q into their words.
So
That
I
was
guess
not in the alphabet,
what
the
this
Q.
comes down
Or
to
the
is that they
Q.
don't sound the same in every language. But I feel like it's something you guys get. I now think about it all the time. Now that this question, I don't remember where I originally
I saw a
found
TikTok
but
about this.
Maybe it was a TikTok. I don't
a
know.
couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
TikTok's been in the news lately, and it's not such pretty news.
What news from
There's
TikTok
good
have you?
and bad.
Yeah, there's a lot of danger now. These kids or adults are trying to do these games or something that can harm them. Yeah.
Tom Brady's coming back.
Ugh.
How do we feel
And the
about
poor
that?
guy
Goat.
that bought his balls for $500,000.
Bought his balls.
Someone
Cannot
bought his
sell
balls.
his balls for $500,000.
Yo,
His last football.
poor dude that bought his balls.
Get into that a little more,
Well,
Uncle.
Tom-
Explain what happened.
Tom
Get into
Brady
those balls.
And his wife, Giselle, have Bitcoin property. So
So
now they
worth-
said he should transfer the money into Bitcoin, and it might be worth more than the loss of the.
Loss of his balls.
That was balls.
So what Uncle was saying was someone
Pause.
bought a Tom Brady signed ball. What was his supposed last game ball? Last touchdown for what? Half a
Steve
billion
Octa.
dollars?
Yeah.
How much?
$500,000.
Half a million?
Yeah, it was
Oh,
like
half a billion's a lot
516,000 or something.
Yep, I saw that, Pete. You're right.
Okay.
Steve's watching the live stream right now.
I saw
Because
this thing.
Go
Oh,
on, Pete.
no, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you were first.
Oh, thank you.
Go on, Sloppy Joe.
I saw this thing on Twitter. It was like Tom Brady went home and saw his wife and kids and was like, nah, screw that. He's like, no, I don't like these kids. I'm going to go play
Nah,
football.
I'm all set.
It's better to play with footballs than with other women. But I also heard he came back because he's guaranteed to win the Super Bowl next year.
Yeah, you think so? Oh,
That's the
well,
rumor
what
I've
they
been
were saying
hearing.
was that he's lost in the playoffs and then won the Super Bowl and lost the playoffs and then won the Super Bowl like last time, like the last since like 2012 or something. I don't remember what it was, but
Last like 9 years.
yeah.
Yeah, well,
So,
whatever, Tom.
Maybe this is a guaranteed Super Bowl
Whatever.
win, but all right. Well, that was fun.
The Brady train has sailed.
Kanye
Right.
West.
Wait,
Yeah.
trains don't sail.
Kanye West.
Kanye West is the 20th century version of
He keeps
Orange
coming.
Juice Simpson.
Oh, that's really a tough.
Honestly,
I
Really,
think
it's-
so. It can go there. It can go that
no,
far.
but he is messy.
He can put
Are you guys
somebody
smelling
to
the same
sleep
thing?
permanently.
No, Kanye West is genuinely terrifying,
It is.
and I think that everyone's taking his little mental health spurt as a joke, but it's not a
No,
joke.
but other people
it's kind of terrifying.
that I know have that illness and will not resort to that drastic measures.
His Grammy performance was
That was my original headline here. But
Oh
go
well,
ahead.
so Kanye was supposed to perform at the Grammys this year, and they ended up pulling
supposedly.
whatever. They ended up pulling his performance because of something along the lines of concerning online behavior, like internet behavior, like his tweets, his posts, everything about the divorce, about the kids and Kim and Pete and all of that stuff. So they just took him out of it, and I don't know what he's said about it. I don't know if he's commented on it recently, but and then like on Facebook I saw like a lot of laugh reacts, like you can react on Facebook. Saw a lot of like the laughing.
The point that people aren't taking it seriously.
Yeah, and I was like, like
But what
that's
caused his
not
divorce
it.
in the first place?
His mental health.
I mean,
But,
yeah. hard to
like,
pinpoint.
People act like it's funny that he's kind of going on this downward spiral, but it's not, because it's sad, and it's scary
Dangerous.
for Kim and the people around her,
Or
even though
himself
she's a
too, 'cause
celebrity.
There's not usually a
She's
good
still
result at
human.
the end because during COVID, a lot of people
Yeah.
just checked out with that illness
Yeah.
permanently.
John, I should
such a
make the
big
point.
platform.
He's got
I'm
has-
getting
40
every single
million
breath you
viewers
take
or
right now in the mic.
Followers on YouTube.
yeah.
I just got like 30 seconds of John going into the mic,
What do you got to say, Johnny?
which is fine to keep it at your mouth because
Yeah,
John.
what do you
John
think of
actually,
Kanye
mute
West's
my mic
situation?
no,
while
John
I'm
actually does very
not
well
speaking.
with talking right where he needs to be talking into the microphone, but just turn it off when you're not talking.
Sorry, I'm a mouth breather.
Talk because these mics you talk into the top of them. Oh, I'm getting a call from your. Oh, this is perfect. I'm
John's
getting a call from Ani right now. Hello, Ani.
Oh, are you driving?
No, I'm filming Tony's talks right now.
Oh, I'm sorry. What time is the party?
The party is at 5 or 6 o'clock.
Six.
If I tell you 6, you're gonna get there at 5 anyway.
Why am I
so.
saying it into the mic?
funny.
Like,
Bye.
All right, we'll see you in a little bit. Love ya.
I love you.
Bye.
Oh,
This is a little guest appearance unknowingly
Bye.
from
I wish there was
Tony's
somebody.
sister.
Pete, you speak Portuguese, right?
no.
Can I speak Portuguese to Pete?
He doesn't speak Portuguese. He just said he doesn't.
I mean, I could probably pick up on a few words, but
Okay,
not
that
not
will
understand
do.
your full sentences.
Uncle, I want you to just we'll do a little practice on camera for Uncle. Look at me right now. You see that mic? Whenever you go, see this is the mic. Bring it with your head.
Okay.
When you turn your head, bring the mic with it. Give
Going
me,
back
look
to-
at me. No, look at me, and he didn't do it. Bring the mic with. Bring the mic to your face and turn with it. Yeah, like that, John. Give him a demonstration, John.
All right, and now hold it with 2 hands.
just like breathe.
Going back to Kanye West situation.
Yes, Uncle.
I've known people in my family that have been struggling with that for almost 50 years.
Right.
And it's no joke.
You're right. It's
and
not.
If your meds have to be tweaked, probably forever. 1 month may be good, 1 month may be bad. COVID has made it worse. COVID can make it better. You lose somebody here, there.
I
It's
think
not
he's
fun.
off the meds too, which is concerning.
Doesn't usually end well.
I have been rewatching Homeland recently, and I know that this is acting, but I think Claire Danes is like literally gifted from whatever god there is up there. She's like an incredible actress, but she plays someone who's in the CIA, and she suffers from bipolar disorder in the show. But the show is like very realistic, and she's a great actress, and like just seeing the different things that can trigger someone and seeing how they can react to it, and like how kind of like basically in a pretzel their mind can be at times, that it's something very difficult to manage and very difficult to medicate properly. And it's just sad that like Kanye probably has access to a lot of that stuff, and it's just sad that like he's kind of like, it seems as though he's reaching a point of like he's just not interested. Yeah, he's, I don't want to say delusional, but I do think that he is partially like living like in his own space.
He's definitely acting delusional.
Well, it's also
But-
because. Sorry, you go ahead.
No, he's acting as if he's delusional, and that's what a lot of people take it as. But he has the access to the best medical care ever, and a ton of people don't have access to that, and it's kind of like abuse at this point that it's getting to this point. But
But it's also like a lot
Yeah.
of people just think like, oh, Kanye is just like the tortured genius, and like I feel like there's no one really. I mean, I can't speak to this obviously personally, but like I feel like there's not really anyone in his life that like really holds him to account or really like has his best interest in mind in that way. Because it's like, oh, it's just Kanye. Like he's gonna do whatever the fuck he wants.
yeah,
And so people are, it's particularly, I think, troublesome when people are like looking at this behavior and, you know, endorsing it, or they think like, oh yeah, he's just like trying to fight for his family and this and that. And it's like, I'm not a Kim Kardashian stan by any means. I think she's, you know, plenty problematic in her own right. But to think that someone with all the resources that she has is still, you know, susceptible to this kind of like harassment on the part of, you know, Kanye is like, okay, well, people with far less in terms of like resources and people around them, you know, go through this all the time. And it's like, that's what makes it such a scary situation. So it's like two super high profile people that, yeah, I'm sure there's some stuff going on with respect to like obviously Kanye's mental health and like maybe not getting the help that he needs, but it's like it's just exacerbating this whole issue for a lot of people too, because people look at this and they're like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
this is like acceptable behavior, and it's not.
No.
And it's sad, because they're just such popular figures that, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But no matter how much money you have, it's not a cure-all for
Yeah.
some people.
All right, that's another kind of the flip side of that coin is that people think that just having money and resources means that you stop like being a human being, and that's not true. I mean, I feel like, to be honest, that can kind of exacerbate those issues, because people think that you're fine just because you have everything you could ever want, monetarily,
But when your
materialistically,
mind
whatever.
plays tricks on you.
Well, that can be the worst thing too, because
pretty
like
fucked up.
some people I think get to that point where like, okay, I have everything and I'm still not happy, and I thought I was gonna fix it, and
Yeah.
that could be almost worse, because in your mind you're like, wow, there is nothing more that I could physically want, like as far as material things go. So like, what am I living here for?
Yeah. And I feel like celebrities at that struggle with mental health issues the same as everyone else does, but they're
If not
put on
worse, 'cause
such a
their lives
platform.
are
They check out
amplified.
Yeah.
more
Yeah.
quickly than the normal person.
And that's why there's so many celebrities that struggle so bad and go into rehab and, all that.
We lost like 4 people in the past 10 years.
Yeah. All because of mental health
Kate
issues
Spade.
because they don't get addressed.
Robin Williams, which
Yeah.
has been more than 10
Chester
years.
Bennington, Linkin Park's
Yes.
lead singer.
I think the overall lesson from, or I guess takeaway we can get from it, is that just like physical health, like mental health issues have no class or race or anything like that, and it can really happen to anybody, and it can affect anybody, no matter how successful you've been, no matter how lucky you've been, no matter any of that stuff. That it literally can affect literally anybody in a really drastic and tragic way.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I think a big part of the problem is people try to like equate depression to sadness. And there are people that think like, oh, you have everything you could ever want, how are you depressed? And it's like, it's not how it works. Like, it's an illness. And people think that it's just like, oh, you're like, succumbing to your sadness. And it's like, it's just these, misconceptions and these like people perpetuating these myths about mental health like still today. And it's like, part of it is because we still haven't dedicated enough resources to mental health, and a lot of people, it's like a taboo thing to talk about, which is sad because that just, it makes it worse for a lot of people. So
Yeah. And, we could go on about this all day. Do you have
Okay.
any more thoughts there? Or you
I
wanna wrap
will
something up?
say, I am excited to see how our generation kind of pans out the whole mental health crisis. Because
Right.
I feel like a lot of us are very aware of
If anything, it's getting
mental
more.
health crises
Yeah.
and crises and crises.
If
And I
anything,
feel
it's getting
like
more
we're
attention.
all very
In
ready to
tune.
tackle it.
And like another thing that I think should be acknowledged,
Right at the top of it, babe.
Go for it, Jenna.
another thing I think that should be acknowledged also is that like a lot of people I know, myself included, are on medications for mental health issues. And I also feel like that has, like when I was in high school especially, that was something that was never ever talked about. And then once I got to college, it became like a much more open topic between me and my friends, and just other people like throughout the university. But it was very like, it seemed like a black and white type of like line that I crossed, and I'm like pretty happy that I was in an environment that was accepting of it. But there are also people, like, I still obviously get weird looks if I were to, like, because I'm an open book, you know what I mean? So if I'm like to say that in front of the wrong people and I see their reactions, it's still very much like a stigmatized taboo, like, oh, that must be crazy,
no, but
like type of you know what I mean?
Yes, I know what you're saying. I think, but as we continue here with just like a lot of issues and how things change over time, and maybe older generations don't understand it. It's fine. They're gonna, they're gonna die.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Well,
they're
like,
gonna
Yeah.
they're not gonna be the ones running the world in 30 or 40 years.
No.
So it's like,
And at that
I
point,
take their opinions
even-
with a grain of salt sometimes when I know they're wrong, which
Yeah.
isn't always
exactly.
the case. But
Like, even if there's people like that, it's kind of just like, ugh.
Jeremy, you're still on camera.
I
I'm
know
the same.
I am. It's a
At
joke.
that point, it's like, ooh, you're old. You're not understanding. We don't care about your opinion anyway. So
Yes.
And that's what kind of gives me hope for the future. Kind of what you said, how all the old people in power right now are all gonna die, and then our generation
Will be their age.
and our father's generation.
when we're like 45, it's over for y'all.
It's
There won't
funny
be
because
over-
like a lot of, you know, I don't want to be like, you know, like ageist or anything, but it's also like a lot of older folk look at our generation and generations and are like, wow, like,
oh, we're screwed.
we're these kids are so fucking
So
soft and
lazy.
They don't know, you know, they've never known any adversity in their lives and blah, 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 blah.
There won't
But
be
it's
nursing homes in 20 years. They're just going to euthanize us.
Uncle Tony.
Pause.
All
Going
right.
back to what Jenna said, Uncle Tony is also on meds for stress and depression, and it works wonders.
Good.
If
And we're
you
happy
keep
that
taking
There
it.
you go.
we're in a place where we can, you know, that
I've
can
even
be.
stopped gambling.
Wow.
Barely, but I'm
I could
keeping
never.
All right.
keep my
Well,
faith up,
we
okay?
could spend all afternoon talking
know
about
that.
this, and it's an important issue. So I think
and
it
we will
deserves
continue
time.
it maybe down the line.
Well, you know, if this whole Kanye thing continues to be a thing, then we're probably going to continue talking about it because it feels like it's one of the biggest things in the tabloids, which is not something I follow a ton, but it does feel like that. So this is a different. This is also going to get you guys thinking probably, but this is a little different twist. I'm going to turn the laptop because I didn't think about this in advance. I'm going to show you the first test photo from the James Webb Telescope.
Wow.
It's on my computer here. I'll probably put it up on
Hubble telescope.
the video.
Ew, John, the Hubble.
The video version of this podcast, so everyone can see it as well. Uncle, did you get a
James
good
Webb.
view? The James Webb Telescope, the one that's replacing the Hubble telescope.
Oh, it is
Looks like
replacing.
something out of
It's
Hubble.
already
Yeah.
replaced.
Well, it's up there now.
It's
and
up there.
It's successfully deployed.
It's shooting
and
pictures.
Shooting
It's,
star.
it's taking preliminary photos. The real photos that they're gonna start receiving aren't gonna come to us until June, so stay tuned. But my thought was just, you know, for you to look. Did you get a good look at the photo, Uncle?
Yes. yes.
Okay. It's a very detailed photo. I mean, I don't. What? Here, one more time. Uncle, ready? How's that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you got all the little galaxies in the
Almost
background,
reminds me of the Star of David.
and you can see like kind of details of the universe. The whole point is that it's supposed to be an upgrade, obviously, a very expensive upgrade to the Hubble telescope, and get more detailed images from not only deeper space but also planets in our own solar system. I think the whole concept of like being able to look out, this is something that's like been on my mind for a while now, is the whole concept of being able to look out at planets so far away in the solar system, and what you're doing because of the distance that and the way that light travels only a certain speed, and if you can see even farther past the speed of light, like you're looking back in time pretty much at things that have
Yes,
happened
that's
already.
crazy.
And I'm not doing a great job of explaining it, but the whole point of it, the concept is that literally if you look at a planet that's like 100 million light years away, you're seeing what the planet was like way in the past. So if someone wants to do it to us, go back far enough, they would literally be able to look at the planet and see like, wow, that's like when the dinosaurs were like still on the planet. So like that whole concept is crazy to me, and then it makes
Right.
time travel feel almost more real. I don't know the science behind it or anything like that, but do you guys have any thoughts, Uncle, particularly about the whole like being able to see the deeper depths of the universe in our lifetime, like shortly, like within this year probably?
Uncle?
I don't know if people really want to see that, but
What do you think?
deeper depths.
I think we have brought up aliens on the show before, but what do you think about
aliens are illegal aliens.
like no extraterrestrials?
Pretty
Uncle.
sure
Okay, yeah.
last
I
time you
do
brought up,
believe they
Uncle said that
exist,
exact
yes.
same thing.
If anything, ET woke me up.
Uncle's like, I saw ET and I was like, I'm
ET
sold. They're
woke
out
me
there.
up, baby.
We all were crying. Your mother, myself, my mother. The whole theater was bawling like you could. It was like a flood in the theater. I even remember what theater I saw it at.
Which one?
It's no longer there though.
Oh, it was,
Swansea Mall.
it was right across from the
In
Almax.
Massachusetts.
Ah, Swansea Mall. Rip.
Circa.
Rip Swansea Mall.
1999.
Swansea Mall was
1982,
goated.
the year I graduated from high school.
That's when it came out.
Yeah.
So I think
Barrymore was like 4 or 5.
you two, neither of you have mics right now. So cut it out.
Yeah, relax.
Anyway,
Drew Barrymore was like 4 or 5 when that movie came out. So
fun fact.
I assume she was.
That's a great fact.
Never mind.
So I also think that being able to see planets in our own solar system at greater detail is going to be very cool, particularly like Neptune and I keep pronounce it Uranus, to be honest with you. Even though I feel like
Uranus?
I feel like a very old like
God, I can't wait to see
professor saying it that
Hurl
way.
it.
But
Say that again.
No. God, I can't wait to see Uranus in depth.
thank
But
you,
I
Darian,
seriously-
for that.
Like you're saying
The
about
deeper
the
depths
planets,
of Uranus.
it must be at least
all
1,000
very
years or
mature.
more before anybody can live in the moon.
Why don't we just send Putin to space?
Yeah, I'll shoot him out into space myself.
Just fuck.
And then leave him. Leave him.
Just stinking shove him
a few
in a
poops.
spaceship and.
In 1968, there was a movie called The Planet of the Apes, and that was supposed to be set in, I think, the year 2300 or something. And my point is this: they used to, what do you call that thing when you stuff animals that were once living?
Taxidermy.
Yeah, they used to taxidermist people, and that would be a good thing to do to him.
Taxidermize.
Taxidermy.
Let's taxidermy Putin.
Taxidermy, babe.
So much.
I did watch an older movie recently, and I can't remember which one it was for the life of me. That was like set. It was from years ago, but it was set in like right now, like 2022. I can't remember what movie it is now, but
Lost
it was
in
just,
Space was.
It was just very weird. I feel like we might have
was
watched
supposed to
it
be in the year
together.
1999.
But it was like weird
and it
to
was
see what
filmed in the
people
60s.
in the early I think it was early 2000s. I honestly can't remember what it was now. Thought like today would look like.
Oh yeah.
I don't think it was.
The one with the DeLorean.
I don't think so
You know,
because I think I saw it recently.
I'm still stuck on the whole taxidermied Putin thing. How much would he go for at auction?
Why is it?
A taxidermied Putin? Billions of dollars. The real taxidermied Putin.
And then ship him in Elon Musk's spaceship.
Ashley, do you want to come over here and say hi?
John's friends.
Just a quick like.
I think it's important to note that she was addressed that way because Uncle forgot her name.
Hello.
Oh, Darren, I spoke to Sam.
This is our friend. Hey, you, Uncle Tony. First of all, mic on your face. We're still recording.
Mic on your face.
I had shut it off.
I'm just gonna have. Oh, thank you. I'm gonna have Ashley just say a little hello to everyone. All right, this is Ashley. She's been behind the scenes the whole time.
Is she on camera? Oh, okay. Hi.
Hi,
Ashley.
First camera appearance.
Hi.
Comment.
Thank you for
Word.
having me.
Anytime.
And I'll make sure I talk directly into the microphone each and every time.
Yes.
Look at that. Ashley's already doing a better job than half the people sitting on
Oh
front of the
my
camera right now.
God.
I am going to
Darian Silence.
read Uncle's horoscope right now. Travel and adventure are on your mind. Take a deep breath already. Oh God, he's already tweaking out. You could be daydreaming about flying to exotic places and doing unusual things, such as touring the ancient sites of India or going on a safari in Kenya. This is very specific. Such dreams are possible, Libra, so you might want to look into it. You also might want to learn about exciting fields of interest, so this is a good day to sign up for a class or a workshop.
I was talking.
That in front of your mouth.
I was talking to somebody today about flying. I haven't been in a plane in over 10 years to like either Florida, Puerto Rico, DR.
What about India?
India?
or Kenya?
I don't know how the COVID is over there.
Heard it's not too good in Florida either.
It's never been good in Florida.
What say you, Sloppy Joe? I'm just kidding. Yeah,
Key West isn't really a part of Florida. It's its own thing.
They don't believe in COVID,
southernmost
so
tip.
alas,
So
it
I don't
doesn't
know who wants
exist there.
to sign off us.
You already trying to go?
No,
you want
but
to say
said-
goodbye to the
you
people?
said you're the one that wanted to.
Unless you have any final parting thoughts you want to leave with us, Uncle. You just give us a nice sign
I'm
off.
glad we had a lot of females this time again.
Uncle loves the female
My
attendants.
friends love it when
They
there's
give a vibe.
lot of ladies
for
on
females.
the pod.
I think I get more likes and everything else when
The engagement is higher when the female attendance
Yes.
is higher.
He likes us for the clickbait.
Stop
So Uncle's
out our ladies.
Uncle's
Need a good
mind, he's like
thumbnail.
more females, more engagement.
Yes.
So all right,
well,
well,
they had a different type of beauty, you know. We are all handsome men here, but
you saying I'm a
Damn right.
toad uncle? Jeez. All right. Anyway, this has been episode 10 of the Tony's Talks podcast,
thanks for watching.
and we will see you guys next time.
Yes.
Later.
Pickles.
Ciao.